Alright, so I guess this step one. Uh, what I'm doing, this is my old one from my first car. So I'm just taping off the light, tracing it out, and what I'm gonna do is use that tape so I can lay it on this new mirror so I can know exactly where I need to cut, and then just trace it out with a Sharpie and kind of overcut it a little bit. That'll give you enough room for this light to fit in there and give you a little bit of wiggle room. And whatever gap I have left, that's gonna get filled up with that body hair bondo. I'm gonna try that out this time. Should be a little stronger than the bondo that I used for this one. But I'm gonna try that real quick. Just get everything marked out. Alright, so the next step. Alright, so the next step is to take the metal arm out of it. This is what's gonna hold the motor to turn the mirror and stuff, and the part that actually bolts to the car. So you gotta take that off. So what you got is you got 3 T10 screws that'll be in here to take this motor off, and then you got 3 T20 screws. So it'll be one there, and there's 2 behind this, and then you got 3 on this side. You got, what is it? Show it to you on this. So it's 1 here, it's 1 under there, and it's another one behind this spot. That's T20. So it'll be the 3 T20 screws on this part, 3 T20s on the inside arm, and then these 3 T10s. And then once you get all those screws out, you can take this metal off, and that'll leave you just the empty shell. And so now it'll be easier to cut. And when you cut it, these 2, this one is gonna be cut all the way out. And you have to, parts of these you have to cut down flat, like this little triangle, you have to cut that flat so the light will fit. And same thing with this one right here. But you should still be able to keep this. I think this one stays, and then this part stays where you still screw into it. But this one will be gone, because that's where the light is going to be. But that's enough to hold it in there right. I'm going to go ahead and take this other one apart and get ready. Alright, this part gonna be hard too. In order to take this motor off, there's some little tabs on the side. You gotta kind of get a flathead screwdriver and pry those off a little bit. Pry them a little wider, that way you can pull that tab out that plugs into that. I got 1 mirror cut. And right now I'm just cutting it kind of close to the line, and then I'm gonna test fit the light in it. And if I need to cut some more, I just trim out a little extra and then fill in the gap with some bondo. But on the back side, you see all of this stuff got to be trimmed down. This little spot right here, you gotta trim this, all 3 of these little tabs down, trim those flat, and leave this part so you can screw the rest of the mirror back together. So you'll keep that. This one, you trim that flat, and you trim these 2 little fins flat, but leave this part so you can screw into that too. But I'm gonna go ahead and shave these down, and I'll go ahead and cut the other mirror. But all I'm using is jigsaw and this little angle grinder to cut everything. But so that's 1 down. I trim it up, and then I go ahead and cut the other one. Alright, so when you cut it, you gotta cut all of these things off. The only one you're gonna leave is this top one. And that's so the light can sit flush up against this. and then it should be good. You just fill in the gaps with the bundle. Alright, so before I do the body work on it, I'm doing a little different than I did my last one. So this time I'm gonna tape off the whole light before I put it back in there, and then once it's in there, I'm just gonna fill in the edges between the light and the mirror. So let's see. Alright, so yeah, fill in the little gaps, and that way once everything dries, it's taped off, so I can just pop that light back out, just in case you want to replace it later on down the line. Should be able to snap right out and put a new one in. Should be able to. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so bundle and dried up a little bit, sanded it down some, so now I'm just popping that light out. Remember, I had tape on it, so hoping that it'd be able to come out. So it's coming out pretty good so far. Just popping the light out, then I'm just gonna trim some of this stuff some more, fit the light back in and see how everything is, and then I probably do some more trimming on it. Alright, so I'm working on this other one right now. Just finished letting all the bundle kind of dry up a little bit, so now I'm just sanding everything, getting it kind of smooth before I pop this light out, and sand it some more and smooth it out all the way. But this one is almost done. It's just got it primed and got everything pretty much smoothed out. Holding the light, but it's pretty much smoothed out. I just got a few spots I gotta fill in, like right there, and where's some around that spot, but fill in a couple of those spots, and then it should be ready. Alright, so now you can see it with the light in it. So but like I said, it's almost done. Just gotta fix a few spots and prime it and paint it, and then this one be done. But we getting there. Alright, it's a little dark out here, but I finished filling in all the little spots in these and got them primed down, so now I'm about to put everything back together. And got all this stuff out, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the extra wires onto these lights so they can hook them up when they get them. But about to go ahead and put these back together. So I got them both put together, got them hooked up. Let's see how y'all like it. See. And this time I got it to where I can take the light out of this. Like if anything happens, you wanna change the light out, you can just take everything apart and swap it out. See. The wires just come out through that little spot. But it's finished product.